Good evening from Stirling, home to Stirling Castle and the Wallace Monument. It's a city full of history and today makes new memories as it hosts the World Wheelchair Curling Championships. We are now just moments away from the semi-final between Norway and Scotland. So we're now at practically at the medal stages now, where both semi-finals have been played. On sheet B, it's Korea versus China, and on sheet D, Norway versus Scotland.
And Scotland beat Norway on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. They beat Norway 7-4 in the round robin. And we're looking forward to their semi-final match this evening.
And there's one change from the team that played on Tuesday. Norway have made a change at lead. They've brought back in Cecil Locken, who's their normal lead, so we'll see what happens if that change makes a difference to the team. Scotland remain the same as they've played in every other game this week.
Yes, our Norwegian team for lead is Cecil Locken. We've got the second player, Ollie Fredrik Silverson. And third is Jorstein Stordal. And skip is Rune Lawrenson.
And the Scotland team is Robert McPherson lead, second David Melrose, third Hugh Niblo, and skip Aileen Nielsen, and coach Sheila Swan.
Clockwise, lovely rotation. Enjoy it, guys.
Always like to hear that, don't you? It's a semi-final, but however, just enjoy it.
Yeah, want to enjoy the game. It's going to be a great semi-final, Scotland against Norway. And
just a little bit of background of the competition. The competition consisted of 12 teams playing 11 games, and the 6 top teams would qualify for the playoffs, and the first and second teams in the ranking would go straight to the semi-finals, and the third through to 6 would play qualifying games, resulting in the 4 teams that you see here today.
Got Norway's fifth player, alternate player, Ricky Iverson, sitting on the bench with coach Peter Dalman.
And each team is given 38 minutes of thinking time for an 8-end game and 6 minutes of thinking time for each extra end should it be required. And each team shall complete its part of the game within the time frame given, or the team will forfeit that game. So it's essential that we keep to time.
Well, we've got a good crowd here, we've got a good Scottish crowd here, cheering for the Scotland team. And Aileen's just coming down the ice now to take position in her skip position in the head.
Scotland don't have last stone in the first end, so they'll be hoping to keep Norway to 1 or even to get a steal.
Good game. Good game. Good game.
So just waiting for the umpire to give the go.
Right in, Bob. Draw.
So I think Robert being asked to probably zone 4-5 in the house.
Robert McPherson's from Bells Hill, just outside Glasgow.
Nice, Bob.
Exactly where the skip would have asked for. And Cecil Locken, she's the lead. She's 49 years of age. Her club is Stavanger Club. And she's a psychiatrical nurse. If you noticed her method of delivery there, right in the middle of her body, using both hands to propel the stone out down the ice, and you can see very successful.
Yeah, nice hit from Cecil.
Robert McPherson about to take a takeout.
975.
The Scottish team mainly play their shots from just the middle of their midriff, giving good eye coordination towards a target, which is the brush.
Good, Bob.
And Bob's played a great shot, great hit.
3 stones, all 100%.
Nille fem.
Cecil is the only person that we've seen in this championship with using this type of delivery, which suggests that she's quite a high level of impairment, but she's found a way to curl. So if there's anyone out there with similar type of impairment, you know you can play this game using a delivery like that.
Cecil's played a great hit and roll, and Aileen's indicating for Dave to take this stone away that we have in the house, take away the Norwegian stone.
The wee touch, Dave.
So Aileen just adjusting
975.
David's chair with her instruction. And we'll try and keep you up to date with what's happening in the other semi-final between Korea and China. Contact made. Maybe we'd like to have stayed in the house there. So the second player from Norway is Ole Fredrik Siversen, age 47, and he speaks good English and of course good Norwegian. He's been curling since 2010 and has been 6 years on the team. He's a pensionist, but we're not quite sure what that means, so we'll look that up for you. So, perfect draw.
Nine, 7-5.
So David asked for a takeout again. Good rotation on the stone.
David Melrose is from Duns in the Borders. And David was selected onto the squad just last year.
Probably one of the most improved players in the country, would you say, Angie?
He's been playing a great game, had a great game against Canada last night and a fantastic game this morning.
And Ole's hobbies, who's about to take his shot, is driving trip in his Harley Davidson, fishing and bowls. So we're going to play a similar shot, a draw into the house, I should expect. Do you know a specific way of a strategy that, or do they play pretty varied?
Well, Norway they've always been a good drawing team, and they can draw and hit.
And they've one of the best skips there's ever been in wheelchair curling.
Yes. Rune Lawrenson has been part of the Norwegian team for quite a few years.
975.
So 975, You saw Hugh's chair move there forward. That is intentional. He prefers that way to deliver, and the coach is happy with it. And as you can see, it's fairly successful.
Innan.
Norwegian third, Justin Stordal.
Blank.
He's
Yeah.
been on the team for 13 years. And his occupation, he's a coin dealer. He has lots of power. And rolls out, would have preferred to stay, but the first objective was to get rid Scottish one.
And we've got Hugh Niblo coming to play the third stones as vice skip. And Aileen's indicating a draw into the house.
4-5.
So just in front of the tee. And good confirmation from the skip that it's a good line.
And Shug's played a beautiful draw just behind the tee.
Nice one.
So although we didn't see that, the stone is in the house.
Nille 5.
As you can see, just inside the 12 foot. So take out for Justine again. And his hobbies are table tennis and fishing. Telling a lie, that's the skip. So Norwegian stone remains in the house. And Scotland
Nice shots, guys.
will be asked to remove it and hopefully remain in its place.
Yep, Aileen Nielsen, the skip for the Scottish team. And Aileen's from Straven. She skipped the team to a bronze medal.
And in Aileen, on her take-out shot, she does deliver from the side. Just gives her a little bit more power. So the stone's on its way. And just rolls out.
Ja.
But did its job. So Rune, Norwegian skip, started curling in 204. Been curling for 14 years.
3-5-4.
And his hobbies are table tennis and fishing.
And
Probably one of the most successful skips has been in the world.
He certainly has. He's been he won gold in 2007 at the World Championships, gold in 2008, won a bronze medal in 2011 at the World Championships, and 2016 he
So
won silver and gold in 2017 in Pyeongchang.
a great record. Just a little bit heavy with his draw.
And Aileen's going to Shug's indicating for Aileen to draw into the house. We're playing a 5-6, so we'd like to see that stone in the 4 foot.
So the yellow's on its way. Scottish stone. How's the weight? I think it's just going to be in, isn't it?
And Aileen's
Yep.
played a really nice shot. And the Scottish crowd are cheering and having a great clap. Great stone, Aileen.
Ja, vi kjører 8 da på den vel. Ja.
So Rune going for a hit. He probably will hope to leave the house with his own shooter to retain the hammer in the second end.
Ja, den blir liggande. Den går nog ut.
So he hasn't achieved that. However, he did move the yellow. So after one end, it's Norway 1,
Ja,
Scotland 0.
får du styre litt da.
In the standings after the round robin, the rankings were first place China, second place Norway,
Really solid.
Scotland third,
Same again.
Switzerland fourth, fifth Korea,
Just hit it.
sixth Slovakia,
Vi-
7 Russia,
Droppen
8th Estonia, 9 Latvia,
Ja.
10 Canada, 11 USA, and 12th Germany. And the bottom two teams, Canada, USA, and Germany, are eliminated to go into the B division. Bit of a surprise, Canada and USA being relegated, Angie.
Yes, certainly Canada have been a very strong team over the past few years.
5 blank.
Probably the top Paralympian team there's been.
Yep, they won their first bronze medal and the first silver medal in 2002, and they won a bronze in 2004 at the World Championships.
A lot of the teams are getting better, and of course we had the two new teams in this year in Latvia and Estonia, and they both remain in A division, so there are some good programs working there.
3-8.
So
Har vi tur så stoppar den på yttersida.
Cecil maybe just touching, yes, maybe. We'll find out in a second. I would think.
Might need a...
Measure.
Measure.
think so.
So they're not sure
And
whether
you-
that's in or
I'd
not.
have to measure if
I
it's in
think
the
it's in.
rocks.
So the time clocks will stop for Scotland just to make sure whether that stone is in or out.
And Shug will be setting up the stone for Bob McPherson to play his lead stone. Bob's our player from Bellshill, just outside Glasgow, and he's a member of Stranraer Wheelchair Curling Club. And Bob's hobbies are hand biking, keeps himself very fit. Hand biking round Strathclyde Park.
It's in.
Thank you.
And I think in a second it will be out. So Bob, anti-clock, take out. And just remaining in front would be good for Scotland. Something that could be used later on in the end. So, looks a little bit high at the moment. Just gets enough of it.
Bob.
Yeah, and Bob's played a nice stone. His own stone's gone out.
5 blank.
So Rune asking for another guard from Cecil, so you want this to be in the house. I've actually tried this delivery just for trial, and my good, I just couldn't do anything with it, Angie.
Yeah, usually we'd need a lot of core strength for a delivery like that, and Cecil seems to be able to manage very well
Yeah.
and play
Sure,
some
Brad.
great lead stones.
That's their game plan. It seems for Norway to steal rather than bring one into the house, which a lot of teams would do, maybe top 4.
And Bob McPherson's going to be drawn out to the wings.
Right in, Bob. Draw.
Using the stabiliser on his left hand side just to give him a little bit more balance. think that one, yeah, I think that's achieved its goal.
Yeah, it's a really nice stone from Bob McPherson.
I thought Bob was a little bit off in the game earlier today from his normal, but seemed to have recovered well.
He certainly has. He's played a lovely draw.
I've to ask for a technical.
Otterblank.
Thank you.
Otterblank.
Never had to ask for that before.
Ja, det kan gå 85 forresten.
So, Ollie, well wrapped up.
What was that called? A miter? Was it? Bite or biter? I bite.
So, looks as though it's making contact and remaining in the house. If you're watching the last game, the last two ends are really, really exciting between Scotland and Slovakia. There's plenty of stones in play, lots of guards out the front. Hopefully we'll get something like that later on in this game.
Now we've got Scotland have got their second player, Dave Melrose, who's from Duns in the Borders. He's going to play a hit weight and take out the Norwegian stone that's in the house.
So maybe
Good line, Dave.
it's a good line. Rotation not as smooth as
And he's played a
probably
lovely
would have
stone.
liked, but it had the line.
We got a really nice hit and roll there.
Nibrank.
So just swapping stones here, hit for hit. And if the Norwegian stone stays in the house, then that's what they want, but we will want it to roll out, perhaps miss it, and then we will come round the guard potentially.
Ja, den er nog.
Yeah. Maybe rolling out, so wonderful.
Litt ut seg.
Think
Men
Scotland will
bra
come
der.
round right away. No.
Back out to the wings with Dave Melrose's second stone.
Do you think because the guard is so long, they've decided that that's
4-5,
easy to come
Dave.
round to follow? That's why they're putting it in the wing.
Yeah, I think so. They want to keep our stones wide out to the wings. Scotland have got the hammer. Have last stone advantage at this end.
And that's vital to try and create at least two scoring shots.
Dave's played a nice draw, just sitting on the 12 foot, or we're just
Draw it
sliding
down
out the
the
back.
So just overdid it there a little, and immediately the opposition
3-5.
will try and come in behind their own red guard. So the coin dealer, Justin Stordahl. First draw of the match. Does this look as though it needs to hurry?
Bra fart.
Rune seems to like it.
3-7.
And they've played a nice stone, the Norwegian team,
Pull it out.
just on the 8 foot.
10.5. If you
Right.
catch that, it's okay.
So 10.5 asked for here, pulling the stone out.
And Hugh Niblo from Castle Kennedy, just outside Stranraer. He'll deliver this shot and take away. He'll play a 10.5 and take away the Norwegian stone.
Retouch.
And the reason they're
10.5.
pulling out to the 18 is to give Hugh a better angle. Good follow through. I think he's past the guard. He is.
And just made
Nice
it,
shot,
played an absolutely beauty of a shot. Well done, Shug. It's our third from vice skip from the Scotland team, Hugh Niblo.
Ja.
You can hear the crowd's response to every Scotland song that's successful. So taking less ice. This is going to come down at a faster weight. Is he a little higher? He's past the guard.
Nille blank.
And he hangs around. Good stone from Norway.
Yep, still biting. The edge of the 12 foot.
So Hugh, anti-clockwise take out and hoping to roll to the left of the stone that you see there and roll into the house.
Yeah.
We touch more here.
So just a little bit of adjustment of the chair there.
Shug's one of the Scottish players that played in 2017 at Championships in Pyeongchang, winning a bronze medal.
So as we can see there, has he made contact?
Good.
Yeah, he certainly has.
And he's played a lovely hit and roll.
Ja, da er det 5 bare. Ja.
So Rune, not sure what he prefers, a clockwise or he's coming a clockwise delivery. And the score after one end in the other semi-final between Korea and China is 1-0 to China.
We need to call a technical timeout. We lost time on our clock.
Nille
Let's
5.
put back on.
And Rune has medalled in 5 World Championships.
I think we both knew it was
He's skipped the team for 5 World Championships, a bronze in 2011. We've got a gold in 2008, 2007 another gold, and 2017.
And
We've
we
got a
hear
gold.
rumours that he might be retiring after this competition.
Den falt nesten utover den der.
He would like to have stayed in the
Ja,
house.
men da,
It's a wonder will Scotland come round. I'd like to see that get in first and hidden.
good shooting, guys. Thank you.
And our skip, Aileen Nielsen, Scotland skip Aileen Nielsen, is going to play her stone now. Aileen's from Straven, and she's a member of Braehead Wheelchair Curling Club in Glasgow. And Aileen skipped the team that went out to Sochi to the Winter Paralympic Games in 2014, winning bronze.
I'd also like to mention she belongs to Avondale Heather
4-5.
Curling Club based in Hamilton, where we both play. So, where there's a thriving wheelchair curling club who play there every Monday. So, how's the weight? It looks not bad. Can it be hidden behind the guard? The deeper it goes, it might be. And that remains in the house. So,
We're
yeah.
still biting.
Yep. So Norway have to move that. They're just wondering which handle to take.
Vi kjører en litt hard dragning.
That was your what?
Ja, det er skummelt.
So we're taking a little bit more ice
Ja, hold blank.
and allow it to swing round to hit the Scotland stone. And if you're Norwegian, you'd like it to remain in the red to remain in the house. Is he past the guard? He isn't.
He's out the back
First
of the
opportunity.
house. And Aileen's going to set up, and
Det er på siden av øynene,
Shug
det som var...
is going to call a draw into the
det som
house.
var selve-
And Skip Aileen won the Sportsmanship Award
5-6.
at the World Championships in 2011, where we won silver with coach Sheila Swan.
So we have a little bit of backing here. So it's making its way. I think it's looking good. So that's,
And Ailey's played an absolutely fantastic draw right onto the 4th foot.
so after 2 ends, it's Scotland 2, Norway 1.
Nei, han var inn, det var jo det som var farta, var grei nok den, men
Cheers. But
So that-
again,
Nei da.
pressure we've put everybody here is making the shots and we're putting pressure on them. We just need to keep doing the same. You happy to get in?
For wheelchair curling,
Keep it
for
clean,
curling
keep it
on
tidy.
ice,
Where's it going,
I
Bob?
just want to mention that we have a slight
1.5.
difference from the Paralympic
Correct.
curlers and the Olympic curlers, where we have no sweepers for wheelchair curling. We have a very similar game, however we have no sweepers. We play 8 ends at championships.
And mixed gender as you on the ice. So you can't have 4 women or 4 men. It has to be mixed. And Scotland have done this all week mostly. If the opposition make a mistake, as we saw with the Runes last, they're normally back straight in there,
Right in, Bob.
capitalising on it.
Draw.
And we've got Bob McPherson, whose nickname is Bobo. So Bobo is going to play the first shot in the 3rd end.
And in the other semi-final, it's Korea 1, China 1 after 2 ends. So Cecil, I didn't see the call, but from the previous end, asked just to be outside the house, and she's
They're just
you
sitting
couldn't
right-
have placed it a bit any closer than that.
Yeah, very nice
Bob,
shot.
ligger
And
jo
that's
bak, da.
zone 3.
Sorry, Bob, I mean,
Legg den ut der, så inviterer jeg til å slå. Du bør nesten prøve, vi kan prøve å legge en corner guard. Corner guard.
so I think we could understand that would be a corner guard.
5 blank.
So Scotland made very few errors in that end there.
Yeah, Scotland are playing well. With some great shots from all the players.
So Cecil,
Don't mind if you get the wee split, Bob.
she's done her job.
Draw's good.
Ailey's looking for a draw into the house from Bob, indicating that a split's okay with the draw, the guard that Bob has first on. If we split on that, we may
Draw.
have 2 in the house.
Good follow through there. I think the weight's useful. Is he passed? If not, so a little bit light from Bob there in those 2 shots, and that's allowing
3-5.
Norway to come round their guard into the house first. How's our line and how's our weight? Wonder if our line is a wee bit high.
4-4.
We've got another guard in play.
Scotland have to ignore that. 3 guards on.
4-5, Dave.
So I wonder if the ice is just a little bit slower now than it was this afternoon.
So Dave will play a draw into the house behind the guards. Aileen's indicated a 4-5. And that's a zone 4-5. The 4 is just in front of the tee, and the 5 being
I liked
in
the
the
way
4
David
foot.
liked the way David was really focused on the brush there. Wasn't looking at the stone that he was about to deliver.
Great line, Dave. Just your weight.
So
Prøver en split på den, da.
Yeah, just a wee bit short there. We've got
lot of
four cards in front of the house.
Vi splitter den der.
so I'd expect
Ja.
Norway to promote that front stone into the
Tre
house
blank.
and hope it's guarded. But these yellow stones, they won't be doing any favours for Norway at the moment. Scotland can certainly use them.
Litt rang.
It's not light.
Looks like might go right
So-
through the gap. What a great shot. Sitting on the back of the house.
That is just
We're just-
touching. It looks as though it's just a little bit of fortune there.
We're just Norwegian stone just
I like the 6,
biting
7 on there.
the back of the 12 foot.
So I think Scotland are just going to promote the stones that they unintentionally put in
Even if you
front
catch
there.
the middle one, Dave.
So controlling the 4 foot is pretty vital, and we have that opportunity to here. Maybe coming round first, and if we're a little bit tight, we'll get the tap in.
6, 7.
And Dave Melrose is from the Borders, and he plays for Lothian Wheelchair Curling Club in Edinburgh. And
So-
he's a retired firefighter.
So looking for a back rink zone. So maybe they've picked up that the ice is a little bit heavier. So maybe just asking for a little bit more weight to make sure it gets there.
Den forrige var 2-4.
So- Ice is catching them out a little bit on this end, Angie. Short and then long.
Yeah, just
Fair
played it a
round.
wee bit heavy through the back.
So Rune persisting on just tapping that red that you can see there into the house. So if Ollie can just adjust his weight, he should achieve that. Is he by the guard? Yeah, he's made it.
He's tapped up his own stone into the house.
3-7.
And if Scotland are able to remove this,
Like that.
I think they'll lie short.
And Hugh Niblo from Castle Kennedy is going to play the next stone. Hugh's the vice skip for Scotland, and he's hoping to hit the stone out the house.
9, 7, 5.
And 2 of the 4 teams in the semi-final tonight played the gold medal match at the Paralympics in 2018, with China coming out in front. And it looked as though it was online.
And Hugh's
Yeah,
played an absolutely beautiful
Lovely
shot.
shot.
The Scottish fans are cheering. We've got Scottish flags
Good hit.
flying high. Great shot.
Åtte, 5. 8-5.
If Justin Stordal can remove Scottish stone and perhaps move inside, at least remain in the house,
8-5.
Norway could be lying too.
Ja.
So what's Justin? What's he done? He may not even be shot now, so we're disappointed with that. So we've had a question from Gordon, and his question is, do they keep the same order
Like
in
that
each
shot.
end, or can they change? Well, they can't change in each end unless they make a substitution, and they can make a positional change. But thanks for the question, Gordon. That be right, Angie?
Do you like doing
That's
the same as what we
correct.
tried with David? Just needs to be touching the house, Hugh.
So I'm not sure whether Aileen was thinking that our
line
Scotland
two's
line.
good.
Yep, so I reckon that Scotland are lying shot stone.
Yep, Shug for Castle Kennedy is going to be playing a draw into the house.
6-7.
So if this is in, this will put real pressure on Norway. With all the front blocked up, they could have a hard job getting one stone to count, although there is a little gap here on just in front between the yellow and the red. And the tap up, so that's just as... So,
Scotland are sitting 2 in the house at the moment.
maybe 3. I think maybe 3, Angie.
Yeah, we think this front biter is out counting the back.
The red one.
Norwegian in the 12 foot.
When those ones to use, using.
So Norway have to open things up here.
Skal treffe litt tynt. 8 blank.
So with 3 stones to go for Norway, 2 for Scotland, Scotland are in a strong position.
We've got the draw around these ends.
So as you could hear there, Scotland already thinking about what they might do if Norway do. So too heavy again,
Draw.
maybe a lesser weight to allow his shooter to remain in the house.
And Aileen's going to go up and get into position to deliver her stone. And Shug, our vice skip for Scotland, has indicated a draw into the house behind the guards.
Jeg tenkte på den at det har gått på den, men det var litt risky egentlig. Jeg klarte å kneppe den før, men det var under 8 I hvert fall, men hvor langt
And one of Aileen's sporting heroes is Ellen MacArthur.
Great yachtswoman. And if you look at this end, the yellow stones that Scotland put up unintentionally has actually come into our favour now. We can use these stones to come round.
So Aileen's playing a 4-5. So they call 4-5, zone 4-5. The 4 is just in front, and on the 12 foot. And we're just bumped on one of our own guards.
Det enkleste jo å slå den.
And it's in the way. It is in the way. No, it's
We've got a couple of tap-ups in the front of the house there. And it looks like the Norwegians might be going for the takeout. They're going for a hit and
9
roll.
blank, ja.
yeah. They really need to hold their shooter in to be first shot after this stone.
Can use our yellows hopefully if we do. You saw it?
Forcing a 1 here would be a good result also.
What did you write in his wee book?
So
Not write in the book.
anti-clock. Sorry, clockwise take out. Needs to remain in the house. And if you're Norwegian, to be first shot.
Ja, jeg vet altså.
I don't know if that means it. No, he hasn't made it. He maybe will be touching.
Looks like our,
Who reckons it's not?
Right, the split in the front one
I
or the
think
top?
our front yellow's out counting the back,
More room that hand?
the one in the
Yeah.
back 12 foot.
Yeah, and lie two. Because if you lie two,
Yeah.
at least you're
Even if
forcing
it
them
goes in behind
to
the
draw.
guards. Five, six.
Aileen's going for a tap up the front yellow.
And Scotland, you know, their first 3 or 4 stones weren't there or
Was the
thereabouts. They
last
were
weight
short,
about a 4?
but Norway have actually not played this end too well.
5, 6.
And in the other semi-final, China got one in the third end, so they're leading 2-1 after 3 ends. So it's certainly made in contact. So
That's a nice-
Scotland lying 2.
Nice stone from Aileen Nielsen, the skip of the Scottish team.
Ser nesten hele, da. Ja, men uansett.
It's going to go to Luke.
Vi må jo ha den ut.
It's okay.
9-5. Hæ?
And
So-
Aileen's been playing for Scotland for the past 12
Ja.
years. Been out to 3 Winter Paralympic Games.
Fart tenker du da?
Aileen made her debut at the Paralympic Games in Vancouver in 2010.
Ja, du går over linja på den siden, mener du?
And then 2014 winning bronze at the Sochi Winter Paralympic Games.
9.
So Rune, vital shot here. This
9-5.
will give him a lot of confidence if he makes it.
Nei, det er for rolig.
You can't see a lot of that stone.
Ja.
So, how's his line? He's no. So that's a steal of 2, I think, for Scotland. So that's 4-1 to Scotland after 3 ends.
We've had a question here from one of the viewers. They're hearing shouts coming from the other sheet and asking if China are sweeping. In wheelchair curling, we don't have any sweepers. The Chinese team, yes, are very loud and they shout at their stones and scream at them to will them into the house. And they've always got a very young team there, the Chinese team. Fantastic team. And they like to do a lot of shouting. So no sweeping in wheelchair curling.
And usually when they're shouting, it's usually when they think it's going to be successful. You don't really hear them a lot if it's on. Great question.
Yeah, it's the only difference between the Olympic curling and Paralympic curling is Paralympic curling we have no sweepers. And we're able to use the curling stick.
So it's early to say, but at the moment, Scotland have all the momentum. Sweden really haven't turned up so far.
Bob McPherson's playing a draw into the house. And we're just biting the 12 foot.
So I would say that they will ignore that, and I think they must start putting up corner guards and have to start coming round things. So anti-clock for Cecil. And I think she's made that. Yeah, that's a good guard.
And Robert McPherson's getting lined up to deliver his second stone. And Bob's nickname's Bobo. So wee Bobo's going to be playing his next stone.
So Robert, anti-clockwise 4-5, and if he's a little bit tight, he can nudge up the yellow Scottish stone. He's having a good look. Maybe just a little bit light again. So, remember the last 10, pretty similar. Scotland stones in front.
But still get a biter there in the front, the 12 foot.
You'd think, Andy, a minimum of 2 for Norway just to bring them back into the match. You don't want to slip further.
Meaning that Norway have the last stone. You would expect them, with that advantage, to take 2. To take 2 stones at the end of...
I think she's a little bit high.
And it looks like she's going to tap us into the house. Tap.
Into a dangerous position. Not what Norway wanted.
We've got David Melrose, who's going to take his first stone. Our second player for Team Scotland. David's been part of this Team Scotland in the squad since last year, and he's developed and improved immensely, and had a great game against Canada.
He had a great run back, which really turned the game round in the 8th end. So it looks as though the ice conditions are catching the players out, because that's well short. I think Hugh wanted that into the house, at least top 12, to protect the yellow stone that's in the house.
The ice looks as if it's running a bit slower from what it has during the round robin.
This is quite a high difficulty shot that they're asking Ollie to play. Thought they may have ground the anti-clockwise side onto the short stone and maybe left that red till a little bit later, but we'll see. So been asked to tap up the red at the front.
Sorry, you get worried.
So it's how's his line and his weight. So it just shows you how much I know. That's a great shot. That's the best Norway shot we've had for about 5 or 6 shots. I wonder if that can be can be seen.
Yeah.
David maybe play a 6-7 weight here to try and catch.
Yeah, just try and
Move it back a bit.
Yeah, try and bump it back.
And one of Ollie's favourite sporting stars is a Norwegian called Bjornsson, who I believe is a biathlon hero. And that's a sport I love to watch, and I've seen him lots of times. A great skier.
And David's getting ready to deliver his second stone to draw right on to the Norwegian stone in the house in the 4 foot to tap it back.
I think he's light again. So really that's actually ended up guarding the short stone. I can only put this down to maybe some, the ice is certainly slower.
Yeah, I think it's definitely slowed down. It's developed more of a swing in what we've seen in the previous games this week. It's not as keen as it has been. I think the humidity's changed outside.
Yeah, that can have an effect. But if Norway get in here and under a little bit of cover, i.e. behind any of these yellow stones, they'll be in a good position to pick up maybe a couple of shots.
Sweep at the hog line, have a wee look.
So Ollie, I think the line, it looks not bad. Maybe is it a little deep?
I can just come in there soon if we can force the one.
So you heard the comment there from the Scottish skip, forcing the one, meaning make Norway unable to score a 2. So top 4.
Just go ring one right through the gap, through the port. And Aileen's calling a 5-4, which means we'd like it right in the house in the 4 foot, and a 4's good, which is in the front of the house in the 12 foot, which is the blue in the front of the house.
So Aileen reckons this might be a little bit quick. It's drawing now. So it is protecting it. It's ended up in a good spot if you're Scotland.
If we can force the 1, that's a good call.
So Norway got options to come round in the out turn.
2-5.
The ice seems really sticky out there, so it needs to get out to the brush. And maybe let the ice take care of it as it draws into the house. If it's a little bit sticky. Not taking a lot of ice.
Ned på den. Ja, det køler ikke så mye på siden her.
And if there's anyone out there that is keen to try curling, if you type in www.trycurling.com or go into scottishcurling.com, you can find where your nearest curling rink and on the ice. It would be great to see you.
So Justin Stordal, 5th Norwegian stone of this end. They need to come up with something here as they pass the guard. He is, but is he heavy?
Ooh,
Just a little bit heavy.
just rub past there.
So Scotland,
Aileen's indicating a tap up.
Probably 5, maybe 6.
so tapping the yellow stone nearest to us.
Shug's going to tap up the front yellow stone into the house.
5, 6.
And Shug's done a lot of his curling when he first started down at Northwest Castle Hotel, where they have their own curling rink.
So 5-6 weight. I wonder if his hand came off there a little bit quick. He certainly jerked his chair more than usual. Doesn't really want to hit this on the outside too much, because that opens up the house. That's probably what we didn't want, because it opens up a route to the 4 foot. Can Norway do something about it? Can they get their second stone in here and hopefully behind some of these yellows? So Justin, clockwise.
He's playing that draw.
So how's his weight? He doesn't want to set anything up here.
He's just guarded his own stone here.
I quite like the call of the guard, because if they don't, then Norway will probably just try and promote it into the house for a second shot.
Det är som Kinkebo.
Need a bit more if you want it to land on the red tram line. Yeah.
So guarding the way into the house.
We've got Augusto tuning in from Madrid online, is loving the Scottish accent, he says, and he wants to visit Scotland with his kids. Well, Augusto, it'd be fantastic to have you visiting Scotland. It's a beautiful country, and if you like curling, we have 22 curling rinks in Scotland.
So
It'd be great to see you here with your children.
So we have a technical there's something amiss with the Scottish skips chair. Sorry for interrupting you there, Angie, but it seems as though it's rectified. So what Scotland are trying to do here is to stop Norway coming in for a second shot, playing a guard.
Var ute da. Enten få dem inn der, eller så vi har mulighet til å slå på gul etterpå hvis vi åpner opp. Så kan vi døppe den rød frem, ser du.
So clockwise delivery. 2-3 I think would be the call. That's zone 2-3, and after 4 ends in the other semi-final, it's Korea 1, China 2. The fourth end was blanked.
And Ailey's played a lovely guard. We're guarding their red stone, which will stop them promoting it into the house.
Well, suppose they can use that yellow.
If they play some extra weight on
Just
it.
a little bit, just a little bit. T-weight. And it could actually land on the back red and still outcount the yellow, perhaps. The yellow Scottish stone. But Rune hasn't been playing with a lot of, in the first 3 ends, so to see how he's feeling here. But he needs to turn up for his country, as he's done many, many times in the past. So the game is going to miss Rune if he decides to retire this season. Really nice guy as well as a great curler.
It certainly will. And Rune's been skipping the Norwegian team as far back as 2000. Now let us see.
We played against him in 2005 in the World Championships in Braehead.
We did, and we won gold there. Myself and Michael were part of the winning team in 2005 World Championships at Braehead in Glasgow.
He looks a bit high here, Angie. Or was he going for another stone?
I think he was trying to bump on the yellow onto the red, onto his own red to promote it into the house.
I don't know. I think that might have been an error there. Maybe too much ice.
You think it was trying to bring one right through the gap?
Yeah, he might be in one that this one here just on the left, I think.
Den åpnet for den nå, vet du. Den jo på den gule der.
Not sure what the call is here.
It's been a long time since we've seen as much of a guddle in the front of the house. Got a lot of guards in play.
Guddle is a Scottish expression for a lot of stuff in the front. In this case, stones. So played another guard here. I don't see what else he's got.
Nothing
Den
of.
ligger I lås omtrent, gjør den ikke det?
I think it could tap
Ja,
up
nå
on the
bare-
yellow,
nå bare-
Yeah.
on our yellow onto the red.
Yep.
Tap it into the house.
So we need, if you're Norwegian, you really need your skip to start producing the goods. So that looks a good delivery, nice follow through, all depends on the weight and the line.
And he's played it too heavy.
Yeah,
Bare for tung igjen.
So Norway's get their one.
Ja, vi fikk poeng da.
so after 4 ends it's Scotland 4, Norway 2. So Rune seems a little bit a bit flat at the moment, doesn't he?
Ja. Skulle nesten bare vært 3 da. Ja, og den her var... Åja, synes du sa det var 2-3. Ja. Måtte prøve å få briller på dassen for å finne ut hvor jeg skulle slå ned henne, vet du. Jeg så jo fader ikke hvor knappen var, men... Ja.
Det är bra sista omgång.
Ja.
Det är första etappen där. Perfekt. Så då vet vi. Det är ett spel i dagen. Men antingen må vi frysa. Hvis de drar in så kan vi inte slå barn.
Nej.
Dra ut på kanten. Utan dra in framför.
Ja.
Hvis de lägger kan vi fylla på. Så tillbaka deras in på så de får tillbaka. Sen får vi lägga hvis de går in så går vi in uppe på. Det är uppe på. Lägger de uppe på. Blir det lite kort, gör ingenting. Jag meter kort, gör ingenting. Över där så lägger vi så. Lägger vi på.
Ja, det er ikke noen, det er jo, vi er på 2 bak, så det er
Ja.
noen krise.
Nej, det är ingen kris. Men de ligger ju på 40.
Nå gjør det.
Så. Och de spelar så pass bra. Så att vi må chansa. Vi må spela lite mer både. Så visst vi får någon som ligger bakom så må vi ner åt det hållet.
Den. Og så splitten våres. Ja, men skal vi slå bort, det lå 5 garder faktisk. Ja, så lå det 2 røde garder. Ja, men allikevel, vi hadde jo kanskje fått bort, vært mulig så vi fått bort 1.
Gjort, vi skal spise.
Det är riktigt.
Vi tar det her, og så kjører vi fokus på noe, men det vi skal tenke nå er også vi setter stenen våre. Vi får med oss farta og tenke, vi har vært litt tunge, og så at vi...
Nya dråfart i det.
Ja.
Bra.
Ja, bare huske på at det blir gjerne varmere for kort eller et eller annet, liksom.
Ja da.
Bra, det er
Bra
jo
spel. Väldigt bra spel.
og nå.
Vi är
Kjører vi opp i
stora.
andre.
Vi ska på den.
Men nå. Kom igjen, kjører vi på. 1, 2, 3. Oi!
So it's just about to start. N5, Scotland in a good position, and when we played them last Tuesday at the halfway break, I think Scotland were 3-2 down, managed to win the game. They came back to win 7-4.
And then
Norway.
Norwegian team will play the first stone of this end. Scotland have the hammer. They have last stone advantage.
So Norway will be looking to vastly improve their play in these next 4 ends. Way below par. And I think every team has their moments of momentum, so we just need to be aware of that if you're Scottish. So Cecil with our own unique delivery. So this will certainly be a centre line guard.
And Cecil and the rest of the Norwegian team have been great friends of the Scottish team over the years. They've got a great camaraderie, great sportsmanship.
Yeah, they've been coming to Scotland for many, many years and supported international competitions and took away the prizes quite often.
Yeah, both teams have got great respect for each other.
I think, as usual, Scotland will bring this into the house here on the wing.
And Bobo's got a beautiful, smooth delivery.
Having a good look. How's his weight? Maybe just a little bit short.
Yeah.
So at least it can be used as a corner guard. So I think another centre line guard for Cecil. Not sure she'll bring her into the house. Great concentration there. So is she passed? She certainly is.
4-5.
And 2 great stones.
And Aileen's indicating to Bob McPherson to play a draw into the house. So he'll play an anti-clockwise draw into the house.
So each team will have had 9 minutes practice on the ice before the game, just to try and work out the speed of the ice and the line they should be taking for their shots. I think Robert's played a cracking stone here.
He's played a fantastic stone. Bob McPherson's been the lead player, playing lead since 2013. He's been playing lead stones for Scotland. And he's a very consistent player. That lead position suits him perfectly.
So I think Norway going after that Scotland stone. I think Ollie's had a reasonable game.
Ja, det jo 3-2.
He actually makes delivery six back home in Norway for wheelchair curling. A little bit expensive for us Brits. So is he just drawing to this?
3-5.
If he sits in front of this, that's a great stone. That is a good stone. Scotland may come round the other side now.
Yeah, Dave Melrose is playing second for Scotland, and Dave is married with 2 children, his daughter Lee and son Nathan. And Dave's been playing since last year. He was selected on to the squad to play for Scotland, and this is his first World Championships on home ground in Scotland.
So Aileen having good conversation up the ice there with Hugh, just discussing the options of the shot, and they've decided to go anti-clockwise. Into the house. Aileen just showing a little bit maybe inside the brush there. Dave was a little bit short with his draws in the last end, so let's hope if you're Scottish that he's learnt from that, and I think he has. It's maybe a little bit deep, but it's still a second in the house. So a third shot.
Good job from Dave.
So it looks like a take-out weight here
Tre blank.
for Ollie. Clockwise delivery. How's his line? How's his weight?
Tre to.
He's played a good draw here. Played a good, really good draw. 2 good stones from Ollie. So Norway looks as though they've turned up in this end. Played some really good stones. If their back end can support the front end, it could change the complexion of the game. And in the other semi-final, after 5 ends, Korea took a 1 in the 5th, and it's now 2-all with 3 ends to go.
Dave Melrose is going to peel the guard. So he's going to play a heavy weight to peel the guard to open up the front of the house. Scotland have the hammer. We want to keep the front of the house clear for our last stone.
So he does remove the guard. Leaves 1 in play. Norby just might.
Kommer du bort till egen så rullar du över dit.
They're not guarding here.
Vanlig dragning.
Is he coming into the house here? Or
3-3-5. Ja, 3 blank kan du ta, faktiskt.
I've just had a message here from Gus Perez from the US of A, and want to say hi to Gus and his family. Thanks for watching, Gus. Michael and I say hi. Gus Perez was the skip of the USA team, going back a few years ago now, and it's great to hear that you're listening, Gus.
and having good health, hopefully. We won many a game for the USA, did Goose. Good character.
I've always had great times with the USA team.
So Scotland realise they really have to open up the front a little here, at least give them access to short stone.
Yes, we want Shug to open up the front for Scotland. Keep the front clear.
That was a big movement in his chair. Hopefully it didn't have an effect on the delivery.
And that's a lovely shot from Hugh Niblo.
And if you're Norwegian, you're slightly miffed a little bit that you can't get access to the Scottish Yellowstone to take advantage of these other reds in front. But they are in a good position, they are in short stone positions. So if they get a good guard up here, Scotland will have to be respectful of it. And it's great to hear from you from all over parts of the world that you're enjoying the coverage here, and just remind you there'll be further coverages tomorrow, 10 o'clock for the bronze medal game, UK time.
2:30 for the gold medal match.
So that's quite a long guard. I think that Scotland be able to get access to this stone.
Kom igjen.
And Hugh's going to play hit weight
So
on the Norwegian stone at the back of the forefoot.
that Norwegian guard needed to be
Streken og
a lot more to the left of where it is.
igjen den ned på den framtappen der, da. Men det kan gå opp utover den veien da.
So Hugh's usually quite good at these type of shots.
Yes, Hugh's got great hit weight. Oh, we just
Oh.
hit on the front guard, so
So
we've
that-
opened up the front.
I think I shall keep quiet when I say he's usually quite good at these shots, and just
Fem inn på
just a little bit tight there.
Yeah, Shug can certainly play the weight. He's playing good heavy stones. Just bumped on that front guard.
I think I'd like to see Norway just bringing one into the top 12 here rather than just trying to get a guard in. That might be a better option for them.
Ja.
So Norwegian sitting shot just now with the Scottish stone in second spot.
So he's getting set up. These 8 stones that he has in the last 4 ends really need to make a difference for his team. It just hasn't quite turned up yet, but we know he can. He's taken a better line than Justin's previous guard. Now will it draw enough to protect the short stone? Yeah, I think it has.
I think we've still got a gap through there.
Ja. Gardet var på riktig side av han.
They're going to try and come through in the in turn or clockwise.
Så slå på den røde.
So if this Norwegian stone to come in just another couple of feet, that shot, this shot may not have been on, but it is.
Our skip for Scotland, Aileen Nielsen, is full-time athlete at Sports Scotland. She's also a primary school teacher, and she's also an athlete mentor for athletes, developing athletes.
Ja, var litt for kort.
So Aileen on her side delivery for her up weight shots to give her more power. So it's on its way.
Nå kommer den.
How's her line?
Oh, we just bumped on it. Just
No.
bumped on that front
So
guard.
that's really not what we wanted.
Begge to nå, eller?
So Norway are lying 2. So they need to be guarding, although there may be a shoot.
Ja, må ligge fra linja ut.
They want to be cornering that yellow if they could, and that would take away the draw to the back.
Fra linja ut. Ja.
I think if I was Rune, I would maybe come down and look at the head just to see what it's looking like from the other end.
Yeah, I think Rune will be putting a guard up now.
Ja.
Protect his 2 stones that are in the house.
Litt mindre.
What can Rune do this time? Little twist of his wrist there to get his rotation on.
And that's one thing with the GTX heads that we use in the Scottish team, and quite a few of the other nations are using. GTX head, that you can keep your wrist and arm very straight, and it helps to put the rotation on for you with the design of the head.
So Aileen has a choice here. She could hit the red onto yellow onto red, which maybe lose a 1, or draw to the short stone,
Ja, nei, det var
which it's not an easy shot
at han ikke hadde
through that gap.
Da lå han jo der ute med den andre linja.
Yep.
Want to hit the back red? The red at the back of the forefoot.
And you want to just sit right on top of it to be short stone.
Skulle lukke en halv sten lenger ut da. Og trang.
It's on its way. Really can't tell you anything at the moment about the line. I think she's done it.
And Aileen
what
has
a
just
shot.
played an absolutely
Absolutely.
beautiful shot. Great shot, Aileen Nielsen from Scotland. Fantastic shot.
So that's what your skip's there to do. Rune did play a good guard,
Ja.
but an equally good shot from the Scottish skip. What a shot. So with 3 ends to go, it's Scotland 5,
Ja.
Norway 2. And in the other game, China achieved a 2 there, so they're now 4-2 against Korea going into the 7th end. Norway will be a bit disappointed that I just, about maybe not stealing 1 there. They played a good end.
Yeah, they certainly played some good guards. They tried to protect their stones that they had in the house. And Aileen played an absolute cracker of a shot.
And it's all these hours and hours of training, practicing particular shots that just come back and pay dividends.
Yes, we have our new National Curling Academy here at the Peak in Stirling, where the Paralympic and Olympic teams train. And they're supported from Sport Scotland Institute of Sport and Scottish Curling. And they have all the support and facilities that they need to train at their absolute best.
And also a little bit of encouraging news. Earlier today we had a mixed double demonstration with several countries practicing it in one of the sheets here, and hopefully that is a discipline, we know the discipline that the WCF are keen to promote, so keep an eye on that possibility over the next few months and years. There's been a new discipline for wheelchair curlers, particularly for new emerging countries that perhaps don't have a lot of players. We can certainly come in at that level at mixed doubles.
Yes, and it certainly encourage a lot more women coming into the sport. It would be great to see some more ladies coming to wheelchair curling events. Come and try. Go to www.trycurling.com, go onto the scottishcurling.com site, find out where your nearest rink is, and come and join us on the ice and have a load of fun.
And I think also, potentially, a lot of sports people with disabilities and with impairments, they will be able to play shorter games on the ice and be fully involved throughout the game.
Yes,
which you're not in this game, this type of game.
curling is for all abilities, so come to your local rink and come and try.
So with these two stones, it's
Tre
putting a lot of onus on Norway to do something. Will they come and just maybe sit in these stones and maybe tap them back and use later on?
Yeah, and we've had lots of comments coming in, and everybody's really liking the shot from Aileen from our last end. It was a crucial shot for the match. It was first class.
So I think Cecil hoping to maybe move the yellow slightly, I think. No. Yep, forward. Just giving a little bit of a cushion.
Tre fem.
Not quite enough weight on that
No.
stone.
No, so Scotland will get rid of that stone.
Yes, it gives Scotland the opportunity to take that away.
But if we recall in the seventh end against, who was it today? Forget who we played this morning. We lost a 3, Slovakia, we lost a 3 in the seventh end, so we need to be focusing for the whole match.
Yeah, Slovakians played a really great game, and Scotland pulled it back. We played some fantastic shots and fantastic ends against them.
So we're not going for the takeout. I think we're bringing up another one, probably top 4.
Yeah, we want to guard our stones that are in the house.
I'm a little bit surprised considering we're 3 points in front. So if you get rid of reds, it's less for them that they can use to build up a big end.
And Dave Melrose from Duns played a very nice shot. We're guarding our stones in the house. Just biting the 12 foot.
So I think Norway will they're hitting. I thought they might have attempted
No stand.
to raise the red into the 4 foot area, resting on the 2 yellows. They decided not to.
Åtte blank.
These are a steady game, has Ollie.
Tre trang.
And Norway have opened up the house.
So they've used 4 stones, 3 stones, 5 to go. Scotland playing another shot into the house.
Yep, Dave will play that same shot again. I like it in the 12 foot.
If you think about it, we need to be moving these stones in some way, these yellow stones, very soon. Otherwise, Norway can't get a big end. I thought they'd be moving them back slightly. With Cecil's, maybe that was the intention, but it didn't quite come off.
I think they had hoped to just bump the Scottish Yellowstone back.
Not so sure about that one.
We just hope for that to be a bit further into the house, maybe on the 12 foot, on the
Ja,
blue,
det kan gå på rød.
on the blue circle.
So is there a draw to the short stones, or do we use that red that I mentioned earlier?
They may
I say we, I mean Norway.
Norway may promote, I think they're going to promote the red onto the Scottish Yellowstones in the 4 foot. So they'll play a very heavy hip weight.
Også det. Bra treff.
We can see the line perfectly here. These two. Well, he's
taken away one of those.
Better. And he's got a toucher on the other side. But he could be facing or George Stordal could be facing 2 Scottish counters here after this stone.
And Hugh Niblo from Castle Kennedy is going to take out the Norwegian stone, just touching the 4-foot.
So what have we got coming up here? Yes, he's done it.
And
He's
Shug's
done-
played an absolute beauty of a stone.
We don't, when I say we, if you're non-Scottish, trying to be impartial, they don't miss many hits, do they, Angie?
Certainly not. We've got a great Scottish team here.
So Justin, anti-clockwise takeout here and hopefully gets a little roll.
And we've just had a message through from Douglas Dewar. Want to say hi to Douglas and all the wheelchair curlers down at Stranraer, at the Wheelchair Curling Club in Stranraer. So hi to you guys. It's great to hear that you're watching. So enjoy the rest of the game.
And don't forget, if we get the right result here, it will be on at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon for the gold medal game and 10 o'clock for the bronze medal game. So that will be on BBC Sports website and possibly Facebook as well. So if you're Scottish, have your Scottish flags ready in your living rooms.
Yeah, and everybody gets sharing on Facebook, gets sharing the World Wheelchair Curling Championships here at the Peak in Stirling. If you're watching live just now, start sharing the link and get everybody to watch the Scottish team and the rest of the world here at the Championships. It's an absolutely fantastic tournament.
So a great draw from Hugh, and if any Norwegian fans that I'm sure are watching, wish your team all the best. Give them all the support you can. You're not out of this game yet with 2 ends to go.
3-5 da.
Need something big to happen for Norway now to get them out of trouble. Maybe try and get a steal here. This looks quite a good line. Is it?
I think it's just got to right through the gap.
Just a little
It's gone
bit
right
heavy.
through the gap.
And that's been the difference between the two teams. Scotland been playing a better weight.
Yeah, they've been playing a great game.
So if we can get one, if Scotland can get one just at the top 12 here to protect the short stone.
And skip Ailey Nielsen.
I think there's still a draw on the clockwise side here to the short stone for Norway should they want it.
Aileen's from Straven, and Aileen has some famous curling relatives. Hugh Nielsen, her grandfather, and William Frame, her uncle, both represented Scotland in curling championships.
I've had the pleasure of playing with Willie for Avondale Heather over the past few years, and he's just gone through a little hip operation at the moment, so we wish him well, a good recovery for that. Also to mention another local curler from Hamilton, Jim Waddle, who was his skip at times, who's his neighbour.
And we've got great supporters here from the Nielsen family and from family from all over Scotland.
Yeah, we can see a lot of farmers down there supporting Scotland.
We have a lot of the farming communities in Scotland are curlers, and in at the top of the island that you can go and curl on. It's a very small curling pond, so I want to say hello to everybody over there in Millport at Millport Curling Club.
Just a little mention for the Swiss skip who's been in hospital for a few days and just wish him well and have a good recovery on his when he gets home.
Lille fem.
So Justin holding the brush for Rune. This is going to come at a big weight. They really need to move some stones here, not to lose a big end.
I want to say a big hi to Moray Province Curling Club, who've gained 8 wheelchair curlers this year, which is absolutely fantastic. They have a development group there, and they held a bespoke tri-curling event. And some of the curlers have made it down to the championships this week. So hello to you guys. It's fantastic that you managed to get down from Morayshire. So have a great time.
So Rune's stone is on its way, and he's played a great stone, his best stone of the game so far, to take out a Scotland stone, land on the button to lie one.
Ja, pass.
So can Aileen do it again?
Ja, han ligger nok rett bak, tenker jeg. Ligger rett bak, ja.
Land somewhere near this Norwegian red stone.
Ailey's hoping to freeze on the Norwegian red that's on the button, just in the back of the button. If we could freeze on there for shot.
Ja, men likevel, det jo...
It's one of the most difficult shots in curling.
I think it needs to hurry. It's a good line, just short of weight. Now will Norway be aggressive here and bring another? I think they have to bring another one in on the clockwise side.
Ja, er det nok å nose den, mener du? Er det nok å nose den, da? Du må ha en rull, da. Ja.
No, I don't know if they are. I don't know whether they're going to hit one of the Scottish stones and roll in, or are they? Can't quite tell. I think maybe they're drawing.
Tre blank. Stemmer. 3-5.
So I think they are definitely drawing, and if he gets this anywhere near the 4 foot, it'll put Norway in a great position in this end. So has he played enough weight? It's moving on. It's a little bit heavy. A little bit heavy.
Just too heavy. They take their one. Take one point for Norway.
So that was a chance gone, because he had lots of room to get in there for second shot. And that's just been the difference. Just the missed odd shot from Norway is just making a big difference. So after 6 ends, it's 5 to Scotland, 3 to Norway, with 2 ends to go.
And we want to let our viewers and all of our listeners know that tomorrow you will be able to watch both games on Scottish Curling's Facebook or via the BBC website. The bronze match is at 10 o'clock in the morning, and the gold medal match is at 2:30 in the afternoon. So it would be great to have you all listening in, watching. So everybody that's watching tonight, look forward to hearing from you tomorrow.
4-5.
So they're in the 7th end in the Korea-China game. Still stones to play in the moment. It's still 4-2 with China sitting 1, protected on the 8 foot. So we'll keep you up to date with that one. So it'll be once again a guard for Norway, and achieved.
And we've got Bob McPherson, our Bobo, that's his nickname. Bobo is going to play a nice draw out to the wings.
And in the other semi-final, China have just stolen one, and we go into the 8th end. It's China 5, Korea 2. So Robert, maybe a little bit heavy there, but I think it might just hang on.
Yeah, we're sitting there at the back of the 12 foot. We're still in the house.
I'd be giving Cecil really high scores in this game. She's played really well. Just needs her teammates to come to the party. Also, Ollie, who you see behind, also played just in at the moment. Rune just not firing on all cylinders, but that could change. 2 ends to go.
Fina. Fem blank.
What a great shot again. So it gives them the cover that Norway need to steal.
And Bob McPherson's going to draw another stone out to the wings in an anti-clockwise rotation. So when he delivers his stone, the handle of the stone will turn anti-clockwise.
So Robert, the line is looking good again. How's his weight? That's not bad. At least it's protecting his first shot. And Ole probably be asked to come round again.
Like to say thank you to everyone who's watching. Over 7,000 of you have joined the stream so far this evening. So guys, let your friends know, let your family know, let them all know that curling, we've got the World Wheelchair Curling Championships happening in Scotland just now. They can get online, they can watch. We'll be on tomorrow at the bronze medal match at 10 o'clock, gold medal match 2:30 in the afternoon. It's just great to see such high numbers watching the championships, so thank you guys. It's great to have your support. We're just loving our wheelchair curling here in Scotland, and it's great to have all the other nations from around the world. 12 teams in total are here from around the world, so keep cheering for us, keep cheering for Scotland, keep cheering for wheelchair curling. And if you're interested in trying out, go to www.trycurling.com.
And while Angie's been saying that, Norway put up another guard. I'm not sure whether they wanted it in the house. Scotland are clearing. It's quite a lot of stones to clear. But as far as you 7,000 people who have taken the time to come and watch, without you guys and with you guys, it makes it all worthwhile from this end and from the production team and all who are being part of this great event. Particularly the volunteers, the officials who help make it happen, and the ice people. A big thank you from us all. So not much change there with that shot. Actually made it a little bit worse for Scotland, so it's building up again. Norway, if they get in here first and hidden,
Ja, 3-5 er greit. Vi kommer oss litt I forkant der.
they could perhaps steal. They have to start stealing shortly because they don't have last stone in this end.
So the Norwegians will bring a stone into the house.
He has turned up for his work today. He's put in a really good shift. It's looking a little bit Is he tight? Yeah, a little
Just
bit.
rubbed on the guards.
Rolls in and touching.
Yep.
So I would. Do you think there's a lot of stones to move at one and with one stone, or would you be coming in? You have a 2-point lead.
I think Scotland, we have the hammer, so we want to keep the front of the house open for our last stone. So Dave Melrose is going to peel the front guards.
It's quite a lot to move.
He'll play that 9 weight. He'll play 9-second weight and peel.
So it's certainly made contact with something. Well, that's a big bonus for Scotland.
Yeah, we got a wee bit of luck there, right?
So I'm sure
We just shimmied off one of those guards at the front and straight into the house. So we're just sitting in the top 4.
So I'm sure the Scottish skip will put her hand up there and apologise. But that's curling. So it's a great spot for Scotland. But there are still 2 guards out there. So anti-clock for Justin. How's his line? Holding up, is it? I think he's played a great stone here, Angie.
Yeah, Justin's played a cracker of a stone.
Yeah. Not a huge weight required there, but enough to move it. But I think Hugh could see that. Certainly a bit of it. I won't make any comments about how Hugh likes this shot, because I said that in the last end and he hit a guard, so I'll say an out.
So Shug's he's going to go for that hit weight.
So a big push there.
Just to keep his head up. Oh, we're just right on the front guard there.
So Norway once again.
We've opened up the front. We've opened it up a bit more for getting our last stone in.
So Justin really needs to get a good guard in here, even into top 12, and slightly buried would help. He's been a little bit tight in his last few guards, so he needs to go right out to the brush and then let the stone draw into the centre. Coin dealer from Norway. I think Rune's indicating was a little bit inside there. Is he going to nudge the red? So it's not much better. Could be a distraction, but it gives Hugh another chance here.
And Shug will play that 10.5 weight to take the stone out, the Norwegian stone, to hit that. Just it's sitting on the top of the 4 foot.
So stone's on its way. I think is he by the guards this time? Yes, he is, and he makes contact.
And he's played an absolutely beautiful stone. Well done, Shug. Absolutely brilliant stone from Hugh Niblo.
So there the Scottish crowd, a few well-known names there. So Rune really needs to make a really important draw here, behind these 2 reds you see in the centre line, to give him a chance of a steal. They don't want to be losing a big end here.
And here at the peak in Stirling at Spring Cares, we have a wheelchair curling club, Stirling Wheelchair Curling Club. And I'm also a member of that. I'm a member of Braehead Wheelchair Curling Club as well. So Stirling have a great club here. So anybody that lives in the Stirling area, come down to the rink or go online to www.trycurling.com and come and try some curling.
So Rune Stone is on its way.
And it doesn't look as if it's got enough weight on it.
No, it seems a little bit light.
Yeah, it's lost its handle.
It can be used. And will Aileen ignore it or will she hit it? Or just draw in?
Or maybe bring one in.
Forløsende for hard i hvert fall.
Just having a look at it from the front just to see what the angles are like and to see how much ice to give.
So I think they're coming in.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a draw into the 12 foot or
Even touching 12 I think would be okay.
yeah.
Ja. Den biter jo nesten 8-foten og det. Ja.
So here it comes.
And Aileen's delivered a very smooth, straight line.
Certainly by.
And that's a lovely shot from Aileen.
Yep.
Really beautiful
Yeah.
shot. And the Scottish crowds are going absolutely wild. The flags are flying. Well done, Aileen. Absolutely fantastic.
So Scotland are lying 3. Rune, I think he's going to attempt a clockwise draw. Needs to be shot, and for Norway, buried.
We've got a full house here with spectators coming to watch the Norwegian and Scottish game and the Korean and China game. We've got a full house.
It essentially makes this, could potentially, if he doesn't make this, oh, he's played a great stone.
Played a lovely shot.
Now, can Aileen see a little bit of that? It looks as though it's well guarded. Or can she hit her own stone? No, they're going for the takeout. It seems well guarded here. But we a good weight here, 10.5 I think, Angie.
I think we're going to have a good weight here. We do have a bit of a swing. We don't have much space to get through that port. So yeah, we'll have to play that hit weight.
So I think we'll give you the score in a minute, but we think that China may have beaten Korea. Yes, they have. The X's up there. China go to the final. 5-2 victors over Korea.
Well done to China for reaching the final.
So and there's just depends on the line of this one, and this could be the shot that.
Come on.
Oh, and
what a beautiful shot from Aileen Nielsen. She's tapped it right into the house. So Scotland take one.
I think we need to be fair there. That was a lucky shot.
I think we had a wee bump against that guard. Yes.
So 6-3. So 6-3, but that happens in sport. Luck does come into it. Norway played a great stone.
So Scotland are up. We're 6-3 going into the last end. Norway have the hammer. So I think the Scottish team will want to keep it as clear as possible.
So for you Norwegians who are watching, or anybody from up that area, Scandinavia, your team are really unlucky there. They didn't steal a one. Instead of 6-3, it could have been 5-4. But as you know, there's a lot of luck involved in curling. And you were on the wrong side of that result, that shot there. But nevertheless, Scotland have the advantage, 6-3,
And
without last stone.
Bob McPherson will play his first lead stone into the house. Right in the 4th foot would be great.
So Robert once again, always there or thereabouts. Just a little bit heavy with that one.
Just sneak into the back of the house there.
So I think a corner guard for Norway.
Yeah, Norway are going to have to put some guards up. We're on our last end. They're going to have to build an end. So they'll start putting up their guards.
Once again, she puts it exactly where her skip wanted it, there or thereabouts.
Yep,
Every end.
it's certainly a long guard. Aileen's asking Bob to play another draw into the house. And you can see our buddy system here. Dave Melrose is holding Bob McPherson's chair. He's been a very supportive member of the team. He'll hold his chair to stop any movement. He'll also help him with his line-up.
So you viewers from Korea, you'll be able to watch your team playing a bronze medal game tomorrow at 10 o'clock UK time. Your team have done very well to reach the semi-finals, so you can be proud of them.
Yeah, and well done to China to get into the final. And their score, the Korean-China game, was 5-2 to China.
So I think it's Cecil coming round her guard or putting another corner
She's
up.
going
Yes.
on another corner on the other side.
4-9. Bra.
1, 2, 3, so 4 stones played. Can't take any stones out at the moment.
And Dave's going to draw one right into the house behind the guards. And Dave Melrose, he's from Duns, just in the borders of Scotland. And he's a retired firefighter. And Dave just joined the squad last year, and he was selected on to play for Scotland at these World Wheelchair Curling Championships 2019 at the Peak in Stirling.
So that probably not what Scotland wanted. They don't want too many stones for Norway to come round.
No,
so
we want.
play it when you have a lead. You want your stones in the house, in front of the tee.
Yeah, we don't want to give the Norwegians any stones that they can draw behind.
So Norway using their corner guard now to come round. And they'll want it protected and buried so that Scotland can't get to it. Needs to slow down. I think Rune's happy with that. Is it sticking out a little bit? Is it guarded? Soon find out.
Yeah, that's a shot stone. Just at the back of the, just in the front of the 12-foot, edge of the 8. And Dave Melrose is going to play a draw shot behind the guards.
So Scotland are ignoring that.
And Dave Melrose is a member of Lothing Wheelchair Curling Club in Edinburgh.
So how's his weight? I don't think he's too far away. Oh, caught the guard. It's looking a bit, as they say in Scotland, godly. A
Yeah.
lot of stones in front.
We've got a load of guddle there, haven't we? We've got quite a few guards at the front of the house.
Gjerne så, bare bit det foran.
So can Norway do something about that and getting another one under cover?
3-5-4. Nei, bare holde. Ja, ja. 3-5-4.
So, not quite sure. I think he's trying to come through the gap there between the yellow and the red, bring one into the house. He won't want to be touching any of the guards.
It looks like it's going to draw onto our front guard. It's going to crash on that.
So that was, I suppose he had to go for that 3 down, but I think that yellow now guards the red stone again.
And Shug's going to play a draw. We'll draw around that centre line guard that the Norwegians have put up.
This is, I think, a crucial stone here. If we can get this behind that red on the centre line where Norway can't get to it, that will be a good shot for Scotland. Prefer not to see it exposed.
And Hugh Nibbler's just played a fantastic shot, and the Scottish crowds are cheering. They're having a fantastic time down there.
On that amount of ice, it looks as though that
10-5.
Stordal can actually get to it. Although it's partly hidden by that red guard. And if he gets this, Norway could be lying 2. Does it need to draw a little bit? So that's not a good shot from Norway.
They've just bumped us the Scottish stone just behind the guards. They're guarded up.
So Scotland is just going to guard and guard, I think. It's not easy for Norway to get rid of that Scottish stone now. So just a little bit heavier than the Norwegian stone there. And as you can see, it's pretty well protected.
And Shug from Castle Kennedy, I think his wee dog Miley back home will be cheering for Scotland. Shug's got a cute wee dog at home called Miley.
So I think doesn't want to really move that red too much and open up a gap. That's not bad. Is there a route through? It's a pretty tight hole, but
I think Miley will be given a bit of a woof woof for that.
Må nesten prøve en lang reis. Ja.
Yeah, yeah. Norway need to resort to opening things up here. Give them at least some chance, small chance of getting second and perhaps a third shot in this end. Keep them in the match.
Bra träff.
Not sure whether he likes it or not. He's certainly got contact. So he's opened it up. So I wonder if Scotland will go after the Norwegian. I would think that would be the shot to play, perhaps, either the guard or go for the... If they get rid of the back red, then it's game over.
Ja.
I think they may go for the guard.
I think they're going for the guard.
De trenger bare å slå ut våre, så er det jo ferdig, men... Ja, jeg fikk ikke sett helt hvordan han kom. Det var så jævlig mye sten. Kom han vekk.
And Aileen Nielsen, the skip of Team Scotland, who won the bronze medal in Sochi in 2014. Myself, Angie Malone and Bob McPherson and Hugh Niblo were part of that team.
So
Hvis det er en gard og legger opp, så kan hende at hun hjelper oss litt. Men...
this is drawing a little bit. So probably drawing a little bit more than we wanted. There's a gap through there, I think. He has to make it.
Ja, nå ruller inn på den bare da.
And because the crowd are at the side of the sheet, they don't actually see the same line that we see.
Jeg skal bare opp og se. Jeg skal bare opp og se, sier jeg.
He has to hit this and hopefully get under cover some way. And that opened up the possibility for Scotland to get after the red stone. So, but first of all, they need to get rid of this shot stone and stay in the house.
Ja, det er greit is. Nei, ikke 8. 9, 5.
So is this the last chance for
No.
Norway?
Norway need to have 3 in the house to peel with Scotland at this stage to go on for an extra end.
The crowd has gone quiet.
And Runge just released his stone.
House's line.
And his line looks pretty good. And he's played a very nice shot indeed.
So Aileen has to, I think, go after one of the reds at the back, and it's game over. Time out for Scotland. So if we maybe just listen in to see what they're saying.
Skal prøve å ta den bakre, så... Jeg vet ikke om jeg skulle... Ja, ok.
The timeout lasts for 60 seconds.
So I wonder if there's a problem with the Scottish mic. We can't. Yeah, didn't hear what they said there. I would hope it would be just smack one of these reds out. So this will be a well-practiced shot. Play hundreds of shots like this in training, and this is where you want it to pay off. No, they're just drawing to the back, not taking out.
Playing a 5-6 weight.
So they're making Norway play their last stone.
Doyling's going to bring this shot right into the house
So they played
and played
the
lovely
shot.
Played a lovely
the
shot.
shot.
Beautiful stone from Eileen Nielsen.
Now Norway have to play their last stone. They'll be hoping to get it in between the two reds.
Ja. Time out.
And Norway are called a timeout.
Ja, jag vet det, men...
They can only get it in the outturn, can't they? Through the gap. From here.
Ja.
Yeah, without touching any of the reds on the way through.
Yep, and they've always got the danger if they hit that, if they bump that back, they'll bump out one of their back reds.
So the coach is down. The coach, Peter Hallman, he's actually Swedish. Now lives in Gothenburg in Sweden.
Ja, nej, jag tror jag ska ha han mitt på rött.
And he's got a good record in wheelchair curling.
Tror du det?
Yeah, Gothenburg is a fantastic city as well. And
Bjarke. Ja. Men,
we've had curling tournaments also up in Oslo, in Norway.
Ja. Mitt på röd.
This has got to be a firm weight. Remove it from play. Remain in the house. And in between the two reds. Not a lot to ask for. Really quite a difficult shot. He's play. Noise. So Justin is just looking at the angle that it needs to get between the reds.
And there's complete silence with the crowds for this last stone from Norway.
No, he's tight, so I think he's caught the Scottish stone and raised it into the house.
Oh. Absolutely fantastic result for Scotland. Well done, Team Scotland, getting into the final of the World Wheelchair Curling Championships 2019. Absolutely amazing.
So the
And we'd like to say a final thank you once again. Over 8,000 people have viewed the stream, and we'll see you tomorrow, 10 o'clock for the bronze medal game and 2:30 for the gold medal game. Get online, watch us on Facebook, watch us on BBC. Well done, Scotland.
a great semi-final.
It was not our turn. We picked the last one. Did you see that?
Første blokket, så kommer da.
Ja. Skjærte og kjemperetning. Fy faen, det går an. Nei, da var det ikke meningen da, vet du. It's stone picked.
Okay.
So it wasn't supposed to happen. Ja, ja. Ja, ja. Det var ikke meningen, David.
Nei, det var ikke det. Ta det, nei.
Ai, 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 ai.
Gi den til han gubben.
Ja. Nei, jeg slo den nå.